little dark and just finished a lovely yoga practice, and I can't get over how amazing yoga is. So if you ever want to try a class with me, highly recommend it. I just find it life-changing, I really do. So for people that don't know, I am currently doing my 300-hour yoga training so that I will, when I'm finished, have 500 hours. So I will be allowed to teach and certify people in becoming their own yoga instructor, 200-hour level, I'm going to say practitioner. Because I have a feeling when I go to teach that it's going to be very, very much about healing body, mind, spirit connection. So if you're interested in becoming a yoga teacher, feel free to reach out to me because I will be able to give you more specific dates, cost, etc. about when I will be finishing and I'll be able to teach. So today I wanted to talk about the full moon coming up on January 17th. Not pulling up cards. I'm just going to channel some messages and see what we need to know about this full moon. And for people that don't know me, my name is Robin, and I'm an intuitive healer and coach. And among many other things, I am a yoga instructor, as I was already discussing with you guys. And lately, I've been really just focusing on that physical body and our connection to the earth. And I also have natural products that I sell, and that's underneath Be Pure Natural Products, okay? So feel free to say hi and let me know. Deanna's saying hello and Delia is saying hello. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. And also feel free to share maybe an emotion that you're currently feeling. Good or bad, doesn't matter. Don't label it, just throw an emotion down. If I were to put an emotion down, as I was just saying after my practice, I think it would be motivated / inspired. Those are the two words that are coming up for me. And I think it's really important for me when I come online. I've been kind of doing videos just after my practice because then I'm in a more heart-centered space. So this is probably related to more about the full moon in terms of being in our hearts. Often we get into our head about things, and it's really important to do things to let go emotionally, let go mentally as well, so we can feel more free and free to move our bodies, free to use our speech the way we would like to in honest and open ways, etc. So all of this, I feel like, again, it's coming up for a reason because when we work with Cancer energy, which Cancer is my moon sign, so it's how, your moon sign, by the way, is how you connect emotionally. And so it's a water sign as well, Cancer is, for people that don't know. So it makes sense where that I would really connect to this full moon emotionally, okay? So, and also feel free to share your signs if you want. You're a little dark with the lighting. Yes, that's what I said at the beginning, that I would be. So yeah, my apologies if you can't see me. However, I'm not pulling up cards, so okay, so nobody's saying an emotion or their astrological sign, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm not pulling up cards, I'm just channeling messages today. However, as I continue to work, when I go to do my videos, like so on Monday, what you'll see is I'll have a microphone, because I have a really nice microphone that I'm going to start using. I got that last Christmas because I was so eager to get it and then just really haven't been using it. But I'm going to have better sound on Monday night at 8 p.m. when I'm doing my card readings. So bring your questions or make sure that you attend if you're interested. So that's at Atlantic Standard Time underneath my Robin's Healing Business page, okay? And then also I'll have my light set up when I go to do that. So I'll have my sound and my lighting, and I'm going to come in with the cards that I feel like the people that are going to be watching need. So I just tune into the energy and make those decisions for you guys. So I'm feeling really called to oracle cards, and some people I'm feeling called to my tarot. So, and my also animal medicine. Those are the three ones I'm feeling called to for Monday night. So let's talk Scorpio and Libra. Okay, so no emotions today. People aren't feeling emotions. So Libra energy. So when we talk about Libra energy, that's an air sign. So when we think about Cancer with this full moon being a water element, and where you are an air element, it feels like what I'm getting is to do more grounding. Okay. And when I think about grounding, I think about cooler sensations, right? So I'm in my basement. It's a little bit cooler. I feel more earthed down here. Um, it is a little darker, but it feels more earthy. So coolingness, for people that don't know, is very grounding. So that would be significant for you if you're a Libra around this full moon, to make sure that you're doing lots of that, right? So when you go to eat food, you might want cooler foods rather than hot foods, rather than spicy foods. So if you get into Ayurvedic medicine, in terms of like what sign you are, that way you can learn about how to eat as well, eat and drink according to your sign also. So you might find that that's helpful to look into Ayurvedic medicine also. So and then I put an emoji, but I'm not sure if what half or LOL. That's funny. Okay. Well, sometimes just like as I did, I was saying motivated and inspired. For me, it's just like the first word that comes to mind. No judgment here. It's just a nice way to connect to your mood. I feel like when you're in this space of receiving, very important, I feel, especially where we're talking about full moon energy. So for people that don't know, full moons are a time of cleansing and kind of like rebirth, I guess we'll say. So it's about releasing things from your past that are no longer serving you. And when we do those types of full moon practices, like releasing and letting go, it's very important, as we were just discussing, that we're feeling really grounded when we go to do those types of work or practices. So if you're going into things feeling heated or upset, it's probably not a good time to really, do your moon work. It's probably a better time to go into your space from an open, kind space within yourself. Okay, so remind yourselves also around this full moon, because it's a water sign, to be extra, 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 extra. Like around people who compliment you. Okay, so if you know there are people like, say, your mother-in-law or something, like that might not be a good time to like hang out with your mother-in-law if she's someone who doesn't compliment you, right? If she might bring out more emotions in you. So people who are, again, more heart-centered, people who are less panicky and things like that. So you really want to work with people who get you or understand you on an emotional level, on a deeper level, okay? And this full moon is at its peak on the 17th. But, however, we do feel the emotions of the moon, as right now we're in that waxing moon. So we know we're already starting from the new moon. We are already starting to build up more and more things that we need to kind of scoop out and clean out. So if you watched my lemon cleanse practice that I did even just underneath Instagram yesterday, I did 2 of them actually. And there were 2 different topics that I focused on that I wanted to cleanse. And so I feel like I was just initiating some changes for myself, because I know when this full moon comes up, it's going to help me. Okay, so we do the daily work to get to that point as well. So this isn't something we just do around full moons. Just want to remind you guys of that. Okay, so, and then setting attention. I don't know if you mean paying attention or setting intention, but I feel like it's setting intention. Hello, Melinda. So we're just labeling our emotion right now and just sharing what sign we are. So Scorpio, Deanna says she is. I'm also a Scorpio as my ascending sign. So Scorpio is also, again, another water sign. So we have water on water. And so what does this mean? It means that you might find like you need to balance your emotions more. Okay, so that might mean drinking lots of water, which I have here, being around things like waterfalls, rivers, putting music on that is like trickling, raindrops, things like that. Especially in the evening, it feels like more of that calming, relaxing sensation so that you don't feel like overly sensitive. Okay, because when we're water signs, we're extra sensitive as it is. So, as I said, around the full moon, we don't want to feel like we're coming into things like all charged up. So it might be also like I feel like lathering yourself in like really nice oils, massage oil, things like that, which I actually am now working with massage therapists and selling massage oils that I'm making for them because they're really high quality and the scents are really nice when you have good quality essential oils as well. Then I make, yay! So some I make and some I don't, but I'm still getting deeper into making the essential oils because they were really, really costly to make high quality ones, which just means that things cost more, which is fine. But it's also about me being able to get large amounts. We'll say like oranges and like because you need like 300 oranges, right? So it's just about me prioritizing what I'm doing next. And so as time goes on, you'll be able to get more access to more things. So feel free to reach out as well around the full moon or as things are coming up for you. You can connect to me and ask me like what I'd recommend for you based on your energy, and then that's a great way to develop more tools as well around the full moon. Okay, Palo Santo I have in sprays and sticks, but Palo Santo is also a really great thing that we can use to brighten up our mood when we're not getting enough sunlight, when we know we need that creative spark in our life. So if you're feeling emotionally blocked or you're not getting enough nutrition, and Palo Santo is just a really great energy to bring yourself into when you go to do any type of work. Okay. Let's see here. I am a full-blown Cancer, so Cancer on Cancer. Oh, that's awesome, Robin. Melinda says yes. So, thank you. So Cancers, which again I was saying I am through my own moon sign. Cancers are, they're feelers. They're really big feelers. So you might find around the full moon, if you're a Cancer, that you want to be around more comfort. People who are comforting to you. Getting massages, as we were just talking about, more sensuality, using the massage oils, really connecting to breath, things like that to feel like you can just let go more easily. So it's about also maybe dancing and letting your body kind of like move a bit more and feel the energy of music and joy and the joy of living, right? Fresh roses. I'm getting rose essential oils, which I have rose sprays and I sell rose essential oil. And I have rose massage oil. And I have like rose bath products as well. Roses are actually where I first started. Before I had my distiller, I would get my lover to buy me roses, and then I would dry them out and make things, but also because that was just like something I always kind of did was I'd dry out my roses. But I was able to learn how to, over the stove, start like steaming the rose petals, which was really cool. And then I got into diffusing with oils for really long periods of time, rose petals. So now, thankfully, I have my machine that is really fascinating, and it's just kind of amazing that the process of how quick we can make things now as we get more technology, which is really nice. However, the old school way is still really cool. I've tried out lots of different ways to make products, and that's something I'm going to be teaching more people how to make as well. So I think it's important that we're able to be innovative, especially if you're on a budget and you still want to do lots of healing and grow and teach your kids, etc. Okay, really nice for gifts as well. Okay, so feel free to share as well what emotion you have going on. So these are just like ways that we can start working more with the full moon energy, right? We talked about doing rituals and practices, but if we really go into the messages for this full moon, what's important as a whole in general, I'm just going to take a moment here to come into this like sacred space. And you guys could all send me and others a beautiful white light. Could also be pink. Just focusing on that element of love, that would be great, coming into a loving space. And you can also see what kind of messages you get as well in this space if you ask the universe, what is it that we need to know around this full moon? Again, it's to help prepare us for these changes. So what I get is that we're transitioning, and I'm even getting transmuting. And for some people, we're translating as well. So if you're a healer and you're watching this, you're going to find that there are too many people doing this, okay? And what that means is I'm getting that actions speak louder than words. So pay close attention, especially if you're a healer. Who's taking action and who isn't? Who's doing the talking, but they're not really doing the steps, right? Pay close attention to that, okay? Because there's going to be a really beautiful energy that's going to come from you paying attention to that in general, okay? Now just ground yourselves if you can. So notice your own feet on the earth. Maybe pick up a crystal. For some reason, I'm feeling drawn to like my natural candle here that's coming up, I think, for someone specifically. To be mindful as well when you're doing your healing practices to allow herbs and crystals to be in your space. And I'm getting crystal grids will be helpful as well. So also if you need me to channel what crystals would be good for you, if you're interested in purchasing some, I have a crap ton, large and small, and I also ship, okay? But what's coming up here is like that the sky is a limit around this full moon, okay? So set your intentions for your full moon, okay? What is it that you're looking to get out of your full moon? That's really important. So for instance, say you're dieting right now, right? So you can set the intention that around this full moon that you start getting more education around how to eat, okay? So take advantage of the full moon and its offerings and its gifts that it gives us, okay? Because for me, when we work with full moons, especially if you're an intuitive person, it can actually make you more intuitive. So if you're a channeler like myself, you're gonna find like there might be some really heavy messages that you're getting. So going back into translating them, it's important that you take more time to step back from energy and like write about it, play with the energy a bit more, like turn it into something, as I was just saying, like making products or something like that. I'm also going to start making soaps. I feel like there's someone who needs natural soaps as well, with herbs, like I'm getting sage and cedar, stuff like that. So I think sometimes we forget what's coming up is just step back from people, places, and things around this time. That's what I'm getting is most important. I'm also being drawn to my background here. It's hard to see there, my evil eye, and that's something that I started working with. I don't know. I feel like maybe 10 years ago, but I have an evil eye in my space because I'm just creating my space right now, and it's important for me that people that come into my sacred space are only people who are vibrating in a positive way. Okay, so as we were just talking about cleansing, just make sure that you're getting the most out of your life right now. So like if you feel like you're taking people for granted as well, like if you're the one taking people for granted, maybe look at yourself in the mirror a bit more and ask yourself, am I being fair to people, right? That's really important to connect to. I just want to see if anybody's commenting here. Music heals me. I got rose water for my face. Awesome, but I don't think it was really good. It made my face feel burnt and hot. Okay, so I'm going to say that the person that made the rose water probably used an essential oil. So in my rose water, what I do is I make rose hydrosol. And so, and I love that you mentioned music as well. I did not ignore that message. I think that that's wonderful. So continue on that music path. I've been working with my tinctures a lot lately, daily actually. And so if you don't know what tinctures are, that might be something you want to research a bit more on. It's a great way to clear our energy field. And again, these are things we want to do daily, not just around full moons. Just want to throw that out there. But in terms of music, like when I do one-on-one sessions, like if you're coming to me in person, I can still do it through the computer, but this is more like when I'm back to having people in again, I'm going to be, I feel like doing more sound baths, more sound baths and like meditations as well. So Melinda, that might be something once I'm back doing my retreats as well. Obviously we're going through some difficulties right now, but once things are okay for us to travel and have those group sessions again, you might want to attend a retreat that I'm offering for like a couple days. Come up and visit. I think it would be worth it for you for 2 full days. But those cleansing rituals are really important. The other thing we can do is in our sound bowl, we can take water and we can use our sound bowls with water, especially where you're a water person and you need that right now. And I feel like that's something I'm going to get out and do. And maybe I can show you guys that on like an Instagram video or something, or maybe YouTube. Okay. But we want to play with that a bit more. And sometimes we don't challenge ourselves enough, right? We just, I don't know, do really basic things when we could be doing a little bit more. That's what I'm getting. So, yeah. So anyway, I do have sage candles. I do actually. And it's funny that you say that because that was actually the last candle that I made was a smudge candle. So that when you burn it, instead of like you having to take your sage and burning it in your candle, you can actually just put the candle on, and then you're getting the benefits of the sage within that, which I was like, hey, this is such a good idea. So yes, and they're $20 for those. And what's nice is I have a couple different ones. I have beeswax ones, I have beeswax and soy, and then I just have soy as well. So I actually put pieces of sage in it as well. So I put sage essential oil and I put pieces of sage in it as well. But sage and cedar might be good for you, Melinda, because I also customize when I make things too. So I tune into your energy and then I go and I make you stuff. So you pay me and then I go and I make it, which is really nice. That's just what's coming up. Okay. So that's what I like. This is kind of my favorite thing to do is create. So heal and create, which is great. So thanks for being supportive. So anyway, I definitely would want some of those. Okay, Melinda, so we can connect for sure. I think that there are a few things, especially when it comes to like crystals and oils and all that stuff, because these are really powerful tools, especially when we're creating more ceremonies, because I get the feeling that you like rituals, and I do too. And especially even coming into like a group session or something like that, I find it's nice to do things during group sessions. So I know that you're in the Spirit Tribe group with us. So maybe like when you're listening to some of the Spirit Tribe talks and things, you can incorporate some of these ceremonial things into those. I think, as I was saying, sometimes we forget when we're in receiving mode. We forget to like use all of our tools in those space, because when we're with other people, the energy actually amplifies. So on a positive note, when you're sensitive and you're with people that are positive, magic happens, right? We do full moon rituals with others, and we're just picking up on all the good stuff, and then we get like double time. However, if we're sensitive and we're around, as I was saying, the non-hurt centered people, and we can feel that really quickly, we want to make sure that we have all those tools in place. And so there are lots of products that we can use to help us with that. So, and kind of getting that for you as well. So a combination of both. All right. So, and just want to let you know as well that that a hydrosol is where I so like I take a crap ton of roses. So when things are dried, it's actually better when we use distillers. When it's fresh, we don't get the same kind of quality product. And so dry is typically what we use. So we dry out our roses. We put a crap ton of dried roses in this distiller. And then it goes through and we put water in. And when it goes through this process, and what happens is it makes a very small amount of rose essential oil. Rose is, I think, the most expensive one. And that's why we pay sometimes over $100 for a very small amount if you're getting the pure stuff. And then what happens is, I just find this stuff fascinating, but then what's going to happen is you get all the benefits of the rose mixed in with the water, and that's what we call hydrosol. So it's actually something that this is not what I tell people, because I don't want to recommend people ingesting things if I don't know enough about knowledge and information about it. I don't know your background and your medical history, but you can actually drink the hydrosol. So that's how safe it is for you. And so this is a perfect measurement where it's really good and hydrating for your skin, hence the word hydrosol, and getting all the beautifulness of the rose. And it's very, very, very good for your skin. However, if you're putting a crappy essential oil into into water and just doing that, it might be too much, right? And it will burn. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm getting, is that you want the hydrosol form, which I also have. Okay, just pay close attention to that, guys, because I do sometimes so my holiday sprays that I made were made with like a holiday essential oil, which was like a combination of like cedarwood, this and that, and then I put witch hazel in and water. So the alcohol goes in with the essential oil, and then the water just kind of like dilutes it. But when we work with essential oils, like I have a background in working with essential oils. I'm not certified. I'm not a certified aromatherapist, but I've taken a lot of essential oil classes and aromatherapy classes. And I did that in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, at Casa Roma Wellness, and they're really, really good. They've traveled all over and have worked years with this stuff, and they're also another great place to buy really high quality, like knowledgeable people. So that's who I learned from, and I think it's really important too, when you're working with oils and essential oils, to have a lot of knowledge and background with that. Okay, so do not put that stuff on your skin. There are certain essential oils that are safe for your skin. However, I don't go and tell people, hey, put this on your skin, even if I know that it's safe, because I can't control how they're doing it and what they're doing. So I'd rather recommend people to not do that. And for some reason, this sounded like it needed to come up for people, because you know, we go to a store, we buy an essential oil, but we don't really know what we're doing with it, right? So the other thing that I do sometimes, depending on the person and depending on the length of time I have, I will give you your product, and then I'll do like go into your energy, so I have permission, and then I do recommendations. Here's how my suggestions for how I would use this product, or when I would use this product, as I was already starting to do with you, Melinda. Okay, so I charge my products with Reiki. I go into the Akashic Records. and I tune into what it is that I feel that you need with the recommendations. And then I also do theta healing on the actual product. So I release what it is that I feel like you need to do and to release, going back into full moon stuff. So that's why it's really important to, I think, have products around that full moon. And then I replace the negative energy with positive energy. So it'll start to vibrate that. So when you go to use the product, that's what it's vibrating. So I've set these intentions and I've done work on it. So that's why you get so many benefits from it, okay? And also when we do Reiki, we do distant healing Reiki. So when you go to use the product, that's transferred into when you use the product, okay? So it's pretty amazing stuff. I purchased a spray of the rose water. Okay, awesome. It's been hard. I am working full-time and have to make sure I set a time for that. I have a drum. I love the full moon drumming. Yes, and I also use my drum for moving energy in my space. So I'll take my drum and then I hit it. And then when it starts to hit really, really hard, I know that I need to move something in that space. So for instance, I have a mirror here. If I bring my drum around the room and it starts banging around the mirror, I know I need to move the energy of the mirror because it's stuck or stale or something, and something else needs to be there. So I actually move stuff around a lot. Just want to share that. But yes, I think I'm going to get my drum out for this full moon as well. So those are kind of the messages that were coming through that we needed to know. So I appreciate everybody taking their time to watch. Feel free to share. And also you can contact me if you need a little bit of support around this time. It's an amazing time to work with healers, more so I feel like than any other time. So that's why when we do our scheduling, you might want to schedule some stuff around that time, okay? If it's booking a massage in or etc. Okay. I will be getting back into my treatments in person as time goes. So again, if that's something you want to do and you're local, you can also reach out to me and we can kind of like sort some of that out, okay? Bye for now. Thanks so much, guys. You're welcome, guys. Bye for now.